Hong Kong's first stablecoin licenses set a $25 million capital bar as issuers prepare retail launches under tighter distribution rules. Here to discuss what this means is Dave Ding of the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. So, Dave, with Hong Kong stablecoin licenses now live, what should banks and payment firms change first?
Okay, so because this is a whole new area for the traditional banks and payment firms. So the first very important capabilities for those financial institutions to build is their on-chain ability. For example, their on-chain KYC, know your customer, and also on-chain KYT, know your transactions, know your tokens. So these are all new areas for the banks. And also to maintain the payment service, you have to know how to custody those crypto assets on chain. So this is also a whole new system for the banks to be prepared.
And what do licensed issuers gain that unlicensed stablecoins cannot offer?
So for this question, the meaning of the licensed stablecoin, based on my understanding and also my academic research, is to rule out those unlicensed stablecoin. For example, if the Hong Kong dollar stablecoin is licensed on the Hong Kong market, then for all the legal demand, they will use Hong Kong dollar stablecoin. And then we will know that for the people still use USDT and USDC in Hong Kong market, they are very likely to commit some illegal activities. So which make the enforcement much easier. So that's the meaning of the licensed stablecoin to the Hong Kong market. And in terms of to the issuers, it creates a monopoly benefit because there shouldn't be much stablecoin issuers. Otherwise, it will be difficult to manage. So my conjecture is that there will be no more, at least at most 3 or 4 total license in the future. So it will create a monopoly power for the issuers who get licensed nowadays.
Speaking of the future, can Hong Kong dollar stablecoins gain traction in a market dominated by US dollar pegged coins?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. Whenever people heard about that there's a Hong Kong dollar stablecoin, people keep asking that Hong Kong dollar is pegged to US dollar, then why people still have a demand to use Hong Kong dollar stablecoin? So I will say that the usage scenario will be stemmed from some compliance and regulatory requirements. For example, if in Hong Kong banks and then other financial institutions want to issue some on-chain products like the real-world assets, they can actually write in their smart contract codes to require that these assets can only be purchased or withdrawn or sold using Hong Kong dollar stablecoin, so that it will create a scenario for people to use the Hong Kong dollar stablecoin. And also, there's a huge potential to integrate FPS system in Hong Kong, which is the fast payment system. And this will create a really, really fantastic bridge between the on-chain economy and the off-chain economy. So, but I'm not sure whether this is in the plan and in the blueprint of the regulatory in their plan. But it really depends on how regulator supports more aggressive support on innovation, larger potential, and the application scenario for Hong Kong dollar stablecoin.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, Dave. Hope you can join us again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Once again, that was Dave Ding, Assistant Professor for the School of Accounting and Finance at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. For more news, visit hongkongbusiness.hk.